Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 16 of What If Naruto Created His Own Village. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Naruto Took His Training Seriously and Enjoy. And over on Anime King 2, I posted the final episode of What If Naruto had 9 Keke Genkai, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy as well. And I posted a new episode of What If Naruto joined the Akatsuki, so check out that and enjoy as well guys. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, remember to go ahead and click that red subscribe button on Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And go ahead and comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a bit of a recap from the last part, Naruto village was attacked by Tsunade and the Raikage and their forces. As the Raikage had gotten weapons from the land of snow that can wipe out buildings, as Naruto village was surrounded, as one of the beams hit his village, destroying a lot of buildings and killing a lot of people, as Naruto then went off in a rampage as he was pissed, as he started to beat down all of the Raikage's ninjas, as the ninjas of the Phoenix village then came as well, as they started to face off against a threat, having Naruto on their side and the other tail beasts. The common ninjas of the cloud were no match and Tsunade envoys were no match as well, as Naruto then used his Rinnegan as he called meteors from the sky and dropped all around the village, destroying a lot of the Raikage forces, as he used Bicho Bomb to wipe out most of them, as he then faced off against the Raikage and B, as the both of them couldn't defeat Naruto. In the end they had to retreat. Going back to his village, Naruto slammed his hand together as he saw how the people were suffering because of their loved ones dead, as he then did the Renny rebirth, as Naruto here turned white, as he collapsed on the ground, as the people in the village loved him even more, as he did that, risk his life to bring their loved ones back, as it took a long time for Naruto to recuperate, as Tsunade and the Raikage are wondering what the hell is going on. Why wasn't Naruto attacking their village? So they have a 5 Kage meeting, knowing that Naruto will strike soon, as Gaara and Mei turned down the offer of attacking the Phoenix village. So only 3 of them was left, Oniki, the Raikage, and Tsunade, as Oniki know that if they left Naruto for long, he will become a threat, him having so much tail beasts at his side. So Oniki, Tsunade, and the Raikage were having a meeting at Konoha when they were shocked when Naruto arrived, as Naruto destroyed the building and all of them came outside, as he glared down at all of them with his Rinnegan, as Jiraiya begged Naruto to stop, as Naruto asked him if he will abandon the Leaf village and come at the Phoenix village with him, but Jiraiya could not be a traitor to the Leaf, and that is all that Naruto needed to hear, as he killed Jiraiya without a second thought, as Tsunade collapsed as she couldn't believe it. She has made a terrible mistake in siding with them and attacking Naruto, as Naruto then asked Hinata, as he then told her that he didn't want her to do it because she has feelings for him, because he likes someone already, as she didn't know what to say. But Naruto then knocked her out as he allowed his Shadow Clone take her away and Amy and the old man in the ramen stand, so they will be safe from what he's going to do to this village. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Tsunade was still on the ground, tears in her eyes, as she couldn't believe what she has done. This was all her fault, blaming Naruto for Sakura's suicide and joining with the Raikage and Oniki, and look what now, her close childhood friend was dead, Jiraiya, as she looked over at his lifeless body, as she was broken inside, not knowing what to do. As she then looked up at Naruto, his face void of all emotion, as he then spoke. You know, it surprised me to see that you will fight me as well, Oniki. I never tried to attack your village. My village doesn't have any quarrel with you. But because we're strong, you want to get rid of us. So you're in the problem as well. And I will make sure that your village is flat. Raikage, I must ask you something. How stupid are you? What did you say, boy? Said the Raikage, as Naruto was now floating off the tower. You left your village. You brought the 8 tails here. And you also are a powerhouse for your village. And you came here. You thought I wouldn't attack the cloud, am I right? As the Raikage and Bee narrowed their eyes at Naruto. Well, right now all of my forces are crushed in the cloud village. And before you know it, it will be destroyed. But it doesn't matter. As the Raikage was fuming with anger, as he couldn't believe it, Naruto came here by himself. As he now thought about it, where was his ninjas? As Naruto then looked over to the Rokunin and their senseis. You all were somewhat of a friend to me once. So I'm asking you, will you cut ties with Konoha and join the Phoenix Village? As Shikamaru, Kiba and all of them look aside, as they didn't want to do that. I understand, said Naruto, as one of his clones then dispelled, as he got the information. Hinata, Amy and the old man are safe out of the village. As Naruto flew up into the air. What is he doing? Said the Raikage. I don't know, said Oniki, as Naruto stretched out his arms. This place shall feel pain. Almighty push! As everyone was blown away, as the streets were ripped apart, buildings were destroyed, as Naruto created a giant hole that kept on spreading, ripping the village to pieces. As this went on for a while, until all of the chaos stopped, as a lot of civilians perished in that attack. Seeing that none of them managed to get to the underground bunker safe, a lot of them died. The Raikage, Tsunade, and Oniki survived though, as Killer Bee sheltered the most of them that was nearby, but unfortunately, some of them died. As Shikamaru pushed the rubble off of him, as the first thing he saw when he looked over was Choji, his friend, with a giant rod sticking through his chest. The debris, when everything blown back, an iron rod stabbed him, as Choji was lying lifeless on the ground, as a tear came to Shikamaru's eye. As he then heard Akamaru, as the poor dog was crying, as Shikamaru looked over to see a giant stone on Kiba's head, as he could tell that Kiba was dead. As Kiba lay motionless, as Shikamaru squeezed his fist as he looked up at Naruto, who was still in the air. But Naruto wasn't done there, as the KCM flared up around Naruto, as Naruto started to build a Biju bomb. All of you will perish, said Naruto, as he was about to release the Biju bomb when it clashed with another bomb, as the 8 tails was responsible for that, as they exploded in mid-air. As Naruto then landed on the wasteland that he created out of the village, as Tsunade, the Raikage, Oniki, and Killer Bee was standing there, as they had a few scratches here and there, but protected by the 8 tails, and Darui and C was there as well. As Ino saw Choji as he rushed over. Choji, Choji, she said, as she couldn't believe it. She lost Sakura and now Choji. Because of him, as she looked up at Naruto, who was slowly descending down to the ground, his KCM around him. As Tsunade just went silent as she looked around at all the chaos. as she was broken inside. This is all my fault. This is all my fault, she said to herself. As the Raikage looked at the destruction, as Naruto spoke, my Phoenix soldiers were given the order to slaughter everyone in your village. But it doesn't matter, said Naruto. It's not like you're going to return home unsafe, because all three of you will perish here. Tsunade was still on the ground broken as the Raikage stood tall, with Onki at his side. You're strong, boy, after what you did to this village. But don't go talking cocky like you can take everyone down, said Onki as he flew up into the air. Naruto, said a voice, as Naruto turned to see Konan, descending down beside him. Konan? What are you doing here? Naruto asked. Well, the forces are completely annihilating the Cloud Village. The Raikage tightened his fist when he heard that. So, I came here to make sure that you're safe. As Naruto smiled. Yeah, I'm okay, he said. As she then looked around. You sure did a number on them, didn't you? She said. They must pay for what they did, said Naruto. I'm behind you, 100%, she said with a smile. As Naruto smiled back. The Raikage then dashed towards both of them. Once I kill you, I'll go wipe out any of your villagers who's attacking my village, he said. As he struck his fist forward, but he was grabbed by a KCM arm that wrapped around him as it started to squeeze him tight. As the Oniki then appeared in mid-air to do his particle style, but before he could mutter the words, Konan started raining down paper shurikens on him as he descended back. Konan then looked over at Tsunade. She was one of them, said Konan. As Konan fired paper shuriken towards Tsunade, ready to end her life. As Tsunade stood there, not moving a muscle. Lightning blade, said Kakashi, as he thrust his lightning blade forward, destroying the shurikens. As Kakashi had a few cuts and bruises here and there, but other than that he was fine from the almighty push. So I see you survive as well, said Naruto. As he then smirked. The Raikage, who was being squeezed as the lightning around him started to intensify, Naruto then threw him up into the air, as Naruto had to dodge to the side as a blade passed his face, as it was Killer Bee with all of his swords all over his body, as he dashed towards Naruto and started to slice and dice, but Naruto was jumping back, as Naruto then slammed his feet into the ground, as a KCM arm came from the ground and knocked Killer Bee back, as he flipped in mid-air and landed. As he looked over at Naruto. There is no more games, Killer Bee said. As the Raikage was surprised as he landed on the ground. For once, Killer Bee didn't rap. After hearing what Naruto is doing to their village, they have to go back and save it before their village get completely annihilated and all of his friends, everyone are dead. You won't be going back, said Naruto as he held his hand forward. As he started to build a Biju bomb as he released it. As this was smaller than the usual one, as it came into the center. Bro, Killer Bee said as he jumped over, as he released octopus legs to wrap around him and his bro to protect them from the boom as it exploded. As Naruto waited to see the octopus legs smoking from the destruction and bruises here and there, as Killer Bee retracted them back into his body and he fell down to the ground. You bastard, said the Raikage as he dashed at Naruto with 100% speed. Almighty push, Naruto said as the Raikage tried to force himself forward, but Naruto enhanced it with more chakra as he was sent flying back. As Naruto pulled out his sword, as a yellow glow came around his sword as well, as he then slashed it, as a yellow glow slashed through the field and was dashing towards the Raikage as he lifted up his head just in time to move. But his right thumb was sliced off by the yellow force as he landed a distance away. If that had touched my arm, my entire arm would have been gone, he said. I have to get back to my village by cutting down this boy, he said, as he then held his hand forward. My father's move is going to be the one that killed you. As he then enhanced all of his lightning chakra into his one finger, as he started to force the lightning as the lightning came off of him and covered his finger. as he dashed towards Naruto, picking up speed as he was going to drive his finger right through Naruto's chest, killing him instantly as he was moving at his fastest. But Naruto didn't move. At the last second, Naruto dodged. But the Raikage spinned around with incredible speed as he rushed towards Naruto again. As the KCM arm appeared and built a Rasengan. As the KCM arm launched the Rasengan. As the Raikage was moving at his fastest speed, there was no time to slow down. As he pushed right through the Rasengan, destroying it. As Naruto saw that he was going all out, as Naruto jumped back. As Naruto landed, he found himself being wrapped up by octopus legs. "End it, bro," said Killer B. As the Raikage smiled as he pushed forward at his top speed, trying to end Naruto's life. That was until Naruto smirked. As Naruto Fox KCM flared up, ripping off the tentacles off of him as he knocked away the Raikage. Back with Konan, she was facing off against Kakashi as Kakashi had a kunai and she had 2 paper swords. As Kakashi was glancing back at Tsunade as he realized that her will is broken after seeing Jiren's death, as she blamed herself for all of this. As Konan then came in with a swipe, but Kakashi dodged her right. "I won't let any of you hurt Naruto," she said, as she swiped down at Kakashi as he flipped back. As Konan then created more paper shurikens as she launched them at Kakashi. Back with Naruto, Naruto deactivated the Fox KCM. "I won't need this to beat you," said Naruto, as he then had to jump out of the way to dodge a particle style. "You think you can capture me in that, old man?" Naruto said, as he then built a Rasengan. As Naruto smirked, in an instant he was gone. As Oniki felt something behind him, as he dodged to the left, but a KCM arm grabbed him, as he then spewed out rock out of his mouth, as Naruto slammed his Rasengan forward, destroying the rock formation that he built, as Oniki flipped back. As he looked over at Naruto, "This kid is sure fast," he said. He then went over to the Raikage, as he placed his hand on the Raikage, "To make you faster." As he made the Raikage a lot faster, it was then that Killer B also transformed into 8 tails. "We need to take this boy down now," he said, "and get back to the village before it's all over." As the Raikage was flying in the air because of Oniki, as Naruto stood back looking at all of them coming towards him. As the 8 tail immediately built a Biju bomb, as he fired the Biju bomb towards Naruto, as Naruto raised his hand. "Almighty push," Naruto said, as he used the KCM as a backative to blow back the giant Biju bomb, as it exploded in the center. As Konan had to fly straight up in the air, as Kakashi grabbed onto Tsunade and jumped out of here, as Naruto stood his ground. It was then that Naruto ducked, as he dodged the Raikage's fist, as Naruto raised his hand right in front of the Raikage's face. "Wind style. Wind palm," he said, as the Raikage was sent flying back with Oniki on his back. As Naruto then sensed something else, as the smoke cleared to see the 8 tails building another Biju bomb, as he was using the smoke as cover, as he fired at Naruto, but Naruto thrust forward as he raised his hand, as he started to absorb the Biju bomb, as Naruto absorbed all of it. "Too much power," Naruto said, as Naruto's arm then started to change into a robot cannon, the robot path of pain, as he pointed at the 8 tails and released it. The 8 tails tried to move, but he was not fast enough, as a giant beam came from Naruto's hand, hitting the 8 tails dead on, as he was sent flying and then exploded a distance away. "B!" Raikage shouted out, as the 8 tails was down on the ground. "Worry about yourself," said a voice, as the Raikage had to jump to the side as Naruto slashed him, as he got cut on his arm. "When did he?" As the Raikage looked over at Naruto. "This kid, he's even faster than me, I must admit that." "We have to work together," said Oniki. "If we don't, this boy will surely kill us. Seems like we have started something that not even us can finish." "Don't be going soft now, old man," said the Raikage. "No, I'm not. And I will never will. The will of fire burns inside of me, and this boy is a threat and we have to take him out. The will of fire burn inside of you, said Naruto. Well, allow me to destroy that will. As Naruto slammed his hand together, as they wonder what he's up to. As Naruto then vanished, as he appeared beside Konan, as he grabbed Konan around the waist, making her blush a bit, as he then teleported out of there. As everyone wondering what the hell is going on, it was then they saw it. As the ninjas, who were already injured, just lied on the ground. As Shikamaru quickly grabbed on to Tenten and they started to get the hell out of there, as she was still crying about Choji. But Shikamaru saw what was coming, as Shikamaru and the rest of them tried to run out of the village. We won't make it in time, he said, as there was a giant meteor, fire covering all over it, coming down towards the village. I will stop this, said Killer Bee as he got back up to his feet. As the 8-tail suppressed back in his body to heal after what just happened, Oniki then ran through hand sign as he slammed his hand on the ground as the earth beneath him started to shake. As about 20 earth propellers appeared as they stick from the ground and slam right into the meteor trying to stop it, as he couldn't touch that thing because fire was on it and he wanted to make it lighter. It was then that Yamato arrived. I'm here to help, he said. Wood style, wood formation, as Yamato created a lot of wood poles that went straight up as they struck right into the giant meteor, as a lot of stone poles and wooden poles was holding it up, as Naruto smirked as he turned his hand back into a robot, as he fired a beam, hitting the meteor in the center, as it exploded and debris and everything started to fall down on the village, as ninjas that were already injured were slapped by debris, killing them, as Naruto just smirked at all the destruction, as he then turned towards Konan, as he was still holding her tightly, his arm wrapped around her waist, the both of them flying in the air. As he looked into her eyes, making her blush. What's the matter, she asked. Oh, nothing really, said Naruto. It's just, I think you won't stop me when I'm trying to do this. As he then kissed her, shocking her. But her face quickly turned into pleasure as she liked the kiss, as she's been wanting to do this with him for a while, but she never got the courage to do it. As they then break the kiss. You were always there for me, said Naruto. Huh? Said Konan. Yeah, when I woke up, you were in the hospital with me. You were there, sleeping, just to make sure that I was okay. And for that, Konan. These strange feelings. I think I love you. You what? She said. Yeah, I think I love you, Naruto said. Well, as a smile graced her lips. You had me at your village for a while. And it seems like I have grown feelings for you. And I have to say, I felt these feelings once, but now I feel them again. I think it's love, and it's for you, Naruto. I'm glad to hear that, said Naruto with a smile. Let's finish this, and we can talk. As they descend back down to the ground, as they arrive. As Naruto looked around at all the chaos, he finally crushed Konoha, as he smiled at all the destruction and the chaos. As he then heard the rubble moving, as he saw a giant stone was kicked off of the Raikage, who was holding on to Killer Bee, who was unconscious. As Naruto walked over there, while Konan was behind him. Well, it seems like you're all going to die now, Naruto said. You bastard, said the Raikage as he squeezed his fist. You're going to pay for this. Pay? And how exactly are you going to do that? Can't you see? I cannot be stopped. With these eyes, I have passed the realm of human. I am now a god. I already warned all of you. But you took my warning very lightly, thinking that you wouldn't have any dangerous reactions, attacking my village for no reason at all, just because we're powerful. As Naruto then heard another giant rubble pushed off, as he saw Yamato and Kakashi with Tsunade, as she was fully conscious, but she was so deep in depression, she looked like she was unconscious. "This is all your fault as well, Tsunade," said Naruto. "Naruto, look what you have done," said Kakashi. "Look how many lives you have taken." "Well, I warned you guys, but you didn't listen." As Naruto saw the form of Oniki, as he was bleeding from his head, but he was still alive, but just unconscious. As Naruto looked around at all of the dead bodies that were squashed under the meteor, he then heard a voice as he sensed some ninjas arriving. As he looked at the remaining ninja force of Konoha, as they all gather and muster up their strength to come down here, as Naruto saw Lee, Guy, Asuma, Ino, Tenten, Neji, and some other ninjas that he didn't know, as they all surrounded him. "We won't let you leave after what you did," said Asuma. "Won't let me leave? Well, I wasn't planning on leaving until I end all of you," said Naruto. Guy then looked at Lee. "Lee, no holding back," said Guy. As Lee nodded, "I'm afraid that Naruto has taken it too far. He was responsible for Sakura's death, and now look what he has done. The old Naruto that we knew is dead and gone. This one is nothing but a monster." "Monster?" said Naruto. You people are really arrogant, you know that. This is all your fault, can't you see? Life was so good, I was at the village and everything was calm. But I got kicked out of my own village. What did you all expect?" Naruto said, as his anger started to flare. "You kicked me out of the village, treated me like garbage after everything I've done. Now look at the village. Look at the state that you're in. Can't you see that you are wrong? But no, you blame me for being a monster. You all attacked my village. I don't care if you guys weren't there. Tsunade, she was there. She was your Hokage. She attacked my village, along with the Raikage over there, because of Sakura. She's dead and it's my fault. You guys blame me for her death? Well, I don't care one bit," said Naruto. "I thought I did, but I don't. I wanted her to die after what she said to me. I hold it inside. I never really said it out loud, but I wanted her to die, and now that she is, I am happy." As Ino then looked at Naruto, "You bastard," she said, as few tears leaked from her eyes. "How many times do I have to tell you? What you guys think of me doesn't matter. Human feelings, what you guys feel towards me doesn't matter to me. I will descend from this reality of a human to a god and put you all in your place. And know this, when I'm going back home, you 3 Kages will be dead. But the rest of you, if you bow down and pledge your allegiance to the Phoenix village, I will spare you and leave this pure destruction here for you to do what you want." "Everyone," said Oniki as he got up off the ground, as they all turned at him, "don't be scared of him now. Look what he has done. Look what he has caused to your village. He must pay for all of this. And he will." As Naruto then sensed some other strange chakra coming. "Haven't you noticed, boy? I came here with 2 other." As Oniki then smiled as he looked at Naruto. As Naruto then sensed a lot of chakra. A lot. Like 5,000 and above ninjas surrounding Konoha. "My forces are here, and you and that worthless girl are all you have. It doesn't matter if you're strong. My power, our numbers, will take over. Konoha ninjas, you can fight as well and bring this boy down. To get revenge for your home, said Oniki. As the ninjas started to pull in Konoha, as Naruto looked around, he was surrounded by rock ninjas from all angles. As Naruto then lowered his head. So, are you scared now? Oniki said, as he saw Naruto lower his head. We won't forgive you, said Ino. It doesn't matter if you apologize for what you've done. You need to die. Huh. Does it look like I'm scared or begging for my life? Naruto asks. I just find this all amusing. What? Said Lee as he looked at Naruto. Yes, all of this is very amusing. You come at me with the strongest ninjas of your village, the Kages. You fail, but you brought numbers and said that you can win. I can kill anyone here, and I'll prove it to you. Call all your ninjas you want. You too, Konoha ninjas, fuse with them, and you all attack me at once. When I crush each and every one of you, I will break your spirit. And I'll make sure to kill most of you in the horriblest way. Imagine. So go on ahead. Attack me, said Naruto. As all of the ninjas pulled their swords and their weapons. As most of them readied their hands to go through hand sign. Attack, said Oniki. As Naruto smiled. Bring it on, he said. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Naruto Took His Training Seriously and Enjoy. And I also post a new episode over on Anime King 2 of What If Naruto had 90 Genkai. Well, it's basically the final episode, so I hope you guys enjoy. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Joined the Akatsuki, so I hope you enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. Without further ado, peace.